On behalf of the organizing committee, let me welcome you to the 6th International Workshop on Metamorphic Testing. This year, the organizing committee includes myself, Pak-Lok from Central Queensland University in Australia, Sergio from Spain, and Xiaoyuan from China. So I really hope that through this workshop, after listening to all the presentation and interact with the presenter, you will have some insightful idea of performing your research work on MT, and also find collaborator with other people. Now, here I want to take this opportunity to say thank you for this year program committee. I'm sure that without their effort, MET 2021 will not be a success one. You can see that the composition of the committee member spread across different countries, including Australia, Brazil, China, Japan, Spain, Switzerland, UK, and USA. I'm sure that all the program committee members have spent sufficient effort to attract submission to the workshop and also promote this workshop through their social and personal network. And let me say thank you again. Now, I also want to take this opportunity to invite all the participants here to consider to volunteer yourself to join the program committee. It is my strong belief that the future success of MET workshop will largely depend on the program committee. I really hope that the program committee will be further diversified, not only in terms of the institution, but also in terms of the country. Now, if you really want to participate in the program committee, may I suggest you to send an email to one of the organizers to express your interest. Any request will be seriously considered. Now, let's look at the history of the series of MET workshop. Some of you may know that the first MET workshop actually started in 2016. And after that, every year, MET workshop is a satellite workshop of ICSE. So this year is the 6th one of the series. So I'm sure that, this MET workshop will be continued in the future, either as an affiliated satellite workshop of a reputable conference like ICSE, or even to become a conference by itself. Now, together with organizing the MET series of workshops, we have also organized 2 special issues in the reputable Journal of Systems and Software, JSS. The first issue was related to test oracles, published in 2018. For that special issue, we received a total of 19 submissions, and out of these 19 submissions, after a series of vigorous review, we eventually accept 6 papers published in this special issue. Now, last year, we also proposed to JSS to have another special issue related to metamorphic testing. We are now near the final stage of the special issue in the sense that except those papers already rejected, the remaining one are in their second round review. So hopefully the special issue will be published either near the end of this year or early next year. Now, the acceptance of publishing special issue in JSS to me is a strong indicator to reflect that metamorphic testing MT is getting more and more popular, not only in the academic community, but also in the industry. So you can see that the guest editor of both issues either were the previous organizer or the current organizer of the match workshop. Now, thanks for Sergio. I copied these two diagrams from your paper, IEEE Transaction on Software Engineering 2016. So you can see that these two diagrams clearly show the popularity of MT research, particularly if you look at the right side, the figure showing the cumulative number of publications per year. Now you can see that the cumulative number increased dramatically. Now, of course, this figure only shows the statistic up to 2015, but I'm pretty sure that the number will continuously to increase. Now, according to that paper, I think the date back to 2015, we have 159 distinct co-authors from 68 different organizations around the world who produce publications related to MT. So really, MT is becoming a mainstream testing technique that generates an impact in both the academic and the industry. Over the years, we also see MT has been applied in various application domain and platform. Now you can see a list of domain and platform here. So definitely this list will not be a complete list, but still able to give you some general idea. So domain and platforms such as web services, biomedical application, embedded system security, compilers, component-based software, machine learning systems, online search engine, computer vision, autonomous car systems. So these are the domains to which MT has been successfully and effectively applied. Now, MT was originally developed as a software testing technique, but over the year, we find an interesting phenomenon. So that is, MT has been applied to other areas other than testing, like program proving, fault localization, program repair, program understanding, and even training deep neural network. Now, for the last item, don't confuse the meaning. I'm not saying to use MT to test the correctness of DNN. I'm talking about using MT as a technique to train a DNN network. So it's pretty amazing. Now MT gradually diffuse out from testing to other area. Now, future direction of MT research. Apply MT for testing application in various domains with the Oracle problem. Now, in that direction, most research study focus on identifying the most effective metamorphic relation for effective application of MT. I'm sure that, this direction will be continued as researchers find more and more application domain and platform to which MT can apply. Second direction, integrate MT with other testing and debugging approaches like program slicing, symbolic execution, and fault localization. Now, the third direction is to extend and enhance the fundamentals and foundations of MT. Now, in my own opinion, I find that most MT research paper primarily focus on the first two directions. However, in order to continuously to make sure that MT create a long-lasting impact, I think that we need more research study to focus on the theoretical foundation of MT. And I really want to see more and more paper that follow this direction. Some of you may notice that Professor Chen, the inventor of MT, got a paper accepted by IEEE Transaction on Software Engineering. So it's a theoretical paper to address how to combine existing MRs to form new ones. So you can find this paper in early access of iExplore. Now, more recently, I also observed that some researchers actually apply MT as a training technique to train machine learning algorithms such as DNN network. So it's pretty amazing and interesting. Examples of deployment of MT in industry. Now, in the past, I occasionally hear opinion saying that even though MT is getting more and more popular, but still only within the academic sector. But now I think the situation has been changed. We have seen, a growing number of industry deployment of MT. So here I list two examples, related to two very reputable companies, Facebook and Google. In Facebook, you may notice that this year in the ICSE main conference, Facebook research team has published a paper with the title Testing Web-Enabled Simulation at Scale Using Metamorphic Testing. One of the researchers, one of the co-author of this paper is Professor Mark Harmon, originally from University College London in UK. And he joined Facebook as a researcher. Now, similarly, Professor Alistair Donaldson from Imperial College London also joined Google, tried to apply MT to check third-party software like Android graphic drivers. So this slide gives you a very clear image that MT is no longer only restricted within the academic sector, but now gradually create a wide impact in the industry. Now, here is a list of MT topic in this year's workshop. And I'm sure that you have read this from the call for paper. And I'm not going to repeat the list here. But what I'm trying to say is that as more and more research study on MT has been performed, I'm sure that the list of potential topics will get longer and longer. Now, some statistics on the paper submission. So this year, we received a total of 14 submissions from both academic and industry. And each paper has been rigorously reviewed by at least 3 experts in the field. So each review will focus on the paper vigor, significant originality, technical quality, and presentations. So eventually, out of these 14 submissions, we accept 11 papers. So the acceptance rate is around 78%. Now, I'm sure that, after you attend all the paper presentation, you will agree with me that 11 accepted paper are all of high quality and will sure give you insightful idea to help you to perform your own MT research. Best Paper Award. Now, this year, the Best Paper Award go to Professor Alistair Donaldson and his research team. The title of the paper is Dreaming Up Metamorphic Relations, Experiences from Free Fuzzer Tools. Now, here is the workshop presentation schedule. So after this opening session, so we will have altogether 4 individual sessions from session 1 to session 4. Now, I would like to draw your particular attention to the keynote speech, which will be held immediately after session 2. So I would like to give thanks to Professor Adam Porter from University of Maryland. He is so kind to deliver the keynote speech for this year's workshop. Now, the title of the keynote speech is How Do We Go to Match 2.0? I'm sure that, this keynote speech will give you a lot of useful information, particularly about the future trend of MT. Now, also, I want to particularly draw your attention to the last paper presentation in session 4. So this is the best paper from Google. Now, last, some useful tips. Now, due to the cloud setting, this is totally out of our control. Attendees will be unable to intervene verbally with the presenter, which means that if you really want to ask question to the presenter, you need to type your question in the chat, and the responsible session chair will ask the presenter verbally on your behalf. Participants should enter in their back stages as soon as possible. Typically, the back stages will be open 10 to 20 minutes time before the pre-recorded videos are played. Participants will see when they are needed in the My Backstage menu. Now, one thing is that when participants are in the backstage, they will not be able to see their pre-recorded videos. Now, the last tips, I observed that some videos are shorter than the scheduled time. Now, in that case, the time gap will be filled with videos of beach. Okay. Now, but when this happens, attendees should wait in the room until the QA starts. Unfortunately, this is not something that under our control. Now, that is the end of the opening speech. I hope you really enjoy all the paper presentation and actively join the Q&A session. Thank you very much. I think it's now the time to start the first paper presentation.